Are you tired of spending hours setting goals only to end up unsure of where to start? Do you usually put off goal setting as long as possible because the process leaves you feeling so overwhelmed? If this sounds like you, you've come to the right place. In today's episode, I'll discuss a few game-changing tips to keep things simple and help you create great goals. So, if you want to know more about how to supercharge your process to make goal setting a breeze, stay tuned. Hello, my name is Jaboria and welcome to the best place for people leaders who want tips for leading their teams well. When it comes to effective goal setting, there's tons of information out there about how to do it the right way. So much so that it can be hard to decide what goal setting method to use and how to set goals that you can actually achieve. That's why I'm taking a slightly different approach to goal setting that actually helped me. So let's get right to how you can cut through the noise and feel less overwhelmed when you're setting your performance goals. Tip number one for how to set goals is get to the point. You can do this by focusing on specific outcomes. Instead of setting broad, vague goals, get specific about what you want to achieve. Ask yourself things like, what exactly do I want to accomplish? By when? And how will I measure success? By defining clear, concise outcomes, you'll streamline your goal setting process, making it easier to prioritize tasks and take actionable steps towards successful goals. Remember, clarity breeds focus and focus leads to results. One great tool for doing this is to use the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. It's when 20% of the activities your staff engage in help them to achieve 80% of the goals or outcomes a company desires. For example, in the workplace, this could mean that 80% of decisions are made in 20% of your time, or 80% of your success comes from 20% of your ideas. Just use these examples and apply it to creating your goals. And again, asking questions like, what's the point of this goal? Or what am I trying to achieve? What's the desired outcome? Are questions that'll help you to get straight to the point of what your goal is all about. When people understand the goal's purpose and what the desired outcome is, they can get on board with what they're supposed to accomplish. Knowing this is half the battle. So the next time you're setting goals, stick to the 80-20 rules. Focus on the vital few and not the trivial many. Instead of overloading yourself with a laundry list of goals, identify the 20% of the goal that will yield 80% of your desired results. Keep it simple, keep it specific, and watch your productivity soar. Tip number 2 for how to set goals is asking, is it actually the goal? When you write your goal, it's important to be sure that it's exactly what it is. When it comes to setting objectives for personal or professional growth, lots of people struggle with this because they confuse goals with competencies. Years ago, when I first started as a new manager, this was something that was confusing to me too, and it led to my creating some pretty bad goals. Let's clear up the confusion with this essential tip. Think of goals as the destination, and think of competencies as the vehicles to that destination. Goals represent the specific achievements you aim to reach, like completing a project, hitting a sales target, or learning a new skill. Now, on the other hand, competencies are the underlying abilities or qualities needed to accomplish those goals effectively, such as communication, problem solving, or developing your leadership skills. Understanding the difference is crucial for setting meaningful and achievable goals. So that you don't confuse the two, focus on defining your goals clearly and then identify the competencies required to succeed in reaching each goal. By recognizing the role each plays in your development journey, you'll set yourself and your team up for success by aligning the effort and skill needed to turn those aspirations into reality. And as a pro tip, be sure to explain the difference to your team members. A lot of managers assume that employees know the difference when that may not necessarily be true. Don't assume that because you understand some things, others do too. That's just some food for thought. Click the like button if you agree with this particular point. Tip Tip number 3 for how to set goals is don't overcomplicate it. It's easy to fall into the trap of setting overly complex goals with lots of subtasks and intricate details. But more often than not, this complexity leads to confusion and paralysis rather than progress for you and your team. Instead, opt to be brief and clear when you can. Focus on setting clear and concise goals that are easy to understand and carry out. Break down your objectives into manageable chunks and prioritize the essential tasks that will move you and your team forward. Remember that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. By keeping your goals straightforward, you'll enhance your clarity, improve motivation, and your team's ability to take consistent action. So next time you're setting goals, resist the urge to overcomplicate things and make sure that your goals are easy to follow. Goals should be drafted in such a way that it allows your employees to understand exactly what's required of them as they revisit the goal throughout the reporting cycle. Let me know what's your biggest challenge when creating goals. Write it down in the comments below. I'll be interested in knowing what it is. Tip number 4 for how to set goals is get help. Instead of crafting your goals alone, consider involving others in the goal setting process. Whether it's mentors, colleagues, or your supervisor, collaboration brings fresh perspectives and diverse insights and invaluable to support to your goal setting process. By including others in your goal setting process, you gain clarity, it can be motivational, and you'll create a support group of individuals invested in your success. An added benefit of brainstorming together can uncover blind spots you might have missed while creating them alone. Goal setting should be a partnership, especially if you're a manager. It's important to involve your team and allow them to take the lead as you partner towards goal development. This can be empowering as they take ownership of the goal. Remember, 2 heads are often always better than 1. In the book, The New 1-Minute Manager, the author describes creating 1-minute goals. Instead of the manager dictating the goal for the employees, the manager and the team work together to develop and write them in a way that's clear but brief. This ensures that there's no disconnect between what the supervisor thinks that the staff responsibilities are and should be, and what the employee believes their responsibilities are towards achieving each goal. An excerpt taken from the book states that 1-minute goals work better when you plan goals together, describing them briefly and clearly, write the goals with due dates, review them each day, which only takes a few minutes, encourage employees to explain their actions to ensure that behavior matches the goal. If the behavior and goals don't align, then rethink things to find a different way to reach the goal. Things just work better when the supervisor and their team work together. As a side note, if you're an employee with no direct reports drafting your own goals, be sure to consult your supervisor to ensure that your goals align with the bigger goals of the company for your department. The takeaway here is don't hesitate to reach out and involve others in shaping your path towards success. With help, you can achieve far more than you ever could alone. Remember that effective goal setting can be a simple process with the right mindset, strategy, and goal setting techniques. And setting goals is just the beginning. Keep striving, stay focused, and you can build a strong team. Now, if you're watching this video and you want to learn more about how to write goals in a way that's fast and easy, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell, because in my next episode, I'm going to share how to complete your year successfully with easy goal setting techniques for busy professionals. As always, have a great week, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you again soon in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.